Namaste, dear learners. Today we will discuss a novel called The English Teacher, written by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan's full name is Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Narayan, who was born in the year 1907 and died in the year 2000. R.K. Narayan is one of India's foremost writers of fiction in English. He is a famous novelist, short story writer, and essayist. He is acclaimed in India as well abroad. His novels and stories are set in the imaginary town of Malgudi. He got Sahitya Academy Award for his novel The Guide in the year 1962. He also got Padma Bhushan Award in the year 1964 for his contribution to the world of literature. Some of the best known novels of R.K. Narayan are Swami and Friends, Bachelor of Arts, The Guide, The English Teacher, The Dark Room, The Man-Eater of Malgudi, and many of his works are translated into many languages of the world. To give a brief introduction to the novel, The English Teacher, I would say it is written in the year 1945. The English Teacher is the last novel of the trilogy. Trilogy means a book which comprises of 3 books. And the other 2 novels of this trilogy are Swami and Friends and Bachelor of Arts are the other 2 novels, and The English Teacher is the 3rd novel of the trilogy. In all these 3 novels, the novelist uses same person as the hero of his novels. The hero who is called as Krishna is the hero of The English Teacher as well Swami and Friends as well Bachelor of Arts. He is a schoolboy in Swami and Friends. Krishna is depicted as a schoolboy in the first novel of the trilogy. And also it includes the childhood life of Krishna. And the second novel of the trilogy, Bachelor of Arts, deals with the college life of Krishna. He is depicted as a college student in the second novel of the trilogy, Bachelor of Arts. In the third novel of the trilogy, The English Teacher, Krishna is a lecturer of English in a college called Albert Mission College in Malgudi. So the trilogy deals with the 3 stages of the life of the hero. In the first novel, he is a school-going boy, and in the second novel, he is a college student, and in the third novel, he has got a job of an English lecturer in a missionary college called the Albert Mission College, which is situated in Malgudi. The English Teacher is autobiographical in its nature. The English Teacher novel is autobiographical in its nature, and it deals with the autobiographical elements of the novelist R.K. Narayan. The novel is also known for its poignant and intensity of feelings. The novel deals with the feelings of the hero of the novel, and his wife and his daughter called Leela. Actually, the English teacher was written after the death of uh, Rajamma, the wife of Arkanarayan, in the year 1939. The death of his wife made the novelist to recollect all the things that have happened in his life with his wife and made him to write an autobiographical novel which is called as The English Teacher. Now we will discuss briefly about the plot of the novel. As we know, Krishna is the hero of the novel. All the actions, all the events that happen in the novel circles around the character of Krishna, and that is the reason why he can be called as the hero of the novel or the protagonist of the novel. Krishna works as a lecturer at Albert Mission College. Krishna is working as a lecturer of English. Remember, he is lecturer of English at Albert Mission College, which is there in Malgudi. Krishna till now enjoyed his bachelor life, and the arrival of his wife and daughter in Malgudi brings about a kind of change in his life. Now he cannot enjoy the freedom of bachelor life because he has got the responsibility of his wife and daughter on his shoulders. And this event brings about a kind of change in his behavior and in his perception towards life. Krishna leads a happy domestic life with his wife and daughter. His wife's name is Susila and his daughter's name is Leela. He is enjoying the domestic life with his wife and daughter. The first half of the novel focuses on the joys and happy moments of Krishna with his wife and his daughter. The arrival of his wife and daughter expands the horizon of life for Krishna, and he starts understanding the responsibilities and the way in which he has to lead the life. Unfortunately, one day it happens that Krishna and his wife Susila goes to see a new home to purchase. They are planning to purchase a home and both of them go to see that house. But when they were in that new house, his wife enters into a lavatory or toilet which was very dirty, and a fly sits on her nose and it bites, and there she contracts typhoid. And the disease, the illness that Susila has got in the new house goes on increasing day by day. She doesn't recover from that illness and it leads for her death. After the death of Susila, Krishna is heartbroken and he cannot imagine his life without his wife Susila. But he gets a hope that his daughter Leela is there with him to make him happy and make him to forget about the memories of his wife Susila. Day by day, Krishna tries to forget about his wife, but it happens, there takes a twist in the novel. There happens a turn in the plot of the novel, and he receives a letter from a stranger from a nearby village, in which the stranger has told Krishna that he is communicating with Susila, and Susila is eagerly waiting to communicate with Krishna. And the stranger also tells Krishna that he can be a medium of communication between him and his wife Susila. Uh, and the stranger also written in the letter that Susila is also eagerly waiting to communicate with Krishna, and this brings about all the memories of his life back to Krishna, and once again he is heartbroken, and he decides to meet the stranger, and he wants to communicate with his wife Susila. And the stranger gives him an appointment, and Krishna goes every week to meet the stranger, through whom he can communicate with his wife Susila from the heavens. This newfound journey of Krishna make him to search the road for enlightenment. When he starts communicating with Susila, he starts his search for enlightenment of life. He thinks that life is not that easy, and he also decides to search the light, the illumine, and the beacon light of life when he was communicating with Susila. The stranger acts as a medium between Krishna and Susila. The stranger builds his belief of afterlife in the mind of Krishna, and day by day Krishna starts becoming more and more attached with the stranger, because he made him to communicate with his dead wife. And there is also a subplot in the novel which goes parallelly to the main plot of the novel. The main plot, as we said, the life of Krishna and his wife and his daughter Leela is the main plot of the novel, and at the same time, parallelly, there is a subplot in which the headmaster plays a vital role in developing the subplot of the novel. As we know, the novel deals with multiple plots. The novel doesn't have only one plot, but it has multiple plots. The main plot is Krishna. Main plot of the novel is Krishna and his personal life, and the subplot can be called as the life of the headmaster and his personal life. The headmaster is a kind of person who always wants to bring about a change in the educational system that is practiced in India. The headmaster runs a school which is called as Leave Alone. He is a person who propagates about the pre-education, where there is no restriction to learn certain amount of syllabus, or where there is no restriction for the pupils to sit between the four walls and learn the things. He says that education should be free from all the bondings. Education should be given without any restriction to the students. Then only the students can learn the things meaningfully, is the belief of the headmaster. The headmaster influences a lot in the life of Krishna. Krishna is influenced by the thoughts and the visions of the headmaster, and he decides to change his life also. Because of the headmaster, because of the advice of the headmaster, Krishna realizes that his life is meaningless. Krishna learns that all the things which we do in life are meaningless, and the headmaster time and again tries to impart this knowledge in the mind of Krishna to make him realize that life is meaningless. Krishna, after coming into contact with the headmaster, decides to do something meaningful in life, and he finds that all the things which he has been doing all his life are meaningless, and decides to do something meaningful. And for this reason, Krishna resigns for his job as a lecturer in Albert Mission College. He decides to quit the job which he is doing only for the sake of money. Thus, he resigns to his job at Albert Mission College. And Krishna then joins his hands with the headmaster to run his school. Krishna decides to resign his job and then decides to join his hands with the headmaster to run his school. The time Krishna spends in the school makes him to realize that life is meaningful only when we are with the children. In the school which is run by the headmaster, there are only small kids and children, and they are left alone. They are left alone to nurture their creative power and nurture their learning ability. And this atmosphere in the school, this environment in the school makes Krishna realizes him that there are many things which can be converted into meaningful things in our life, and he comes to conclusion that life will be meaningful only when we are with children in our life. Now we will discuss about the setting of the novel. The novel is set in a place called Malgudi. The novel is set in Malgudi, which is artistic creation of the novelist. Malgudi is the imaginary town which was created by the novelist, like Thomas Hardy's Essex, and Yoknafatwapa of Yoknafatwapa setting. It is an artistic creation. Malgudi doesn't exist physically on earth, but it is the creation of the novelist for his artistic purposes. Malgudi can be considered as the microcosm of a small Indian town. Malgudi has everything that a small town needs. It has a railway station, it has a post office, there are markets, there are kirani shops, there are schools, colleges, and the village is surrounded by the hilly area, and there are extensions, and the town is situated on the banks of a river called Sarayu. The Sarayu river can be considered as the cradle of civilization. The novelist wants to bring about all these kinds of things, information into his novel. That is the reason why he created a village called Malgudi, which is surrounded by the hills and where there is a small river which is flowing, and there are schools, colleges, many temples, and there are streets in which upper class people live, and there are some streets in which lower class people live. He creates the town in the image of a microcosmic India. The novelist was not influenced by the Western thought when he created Malgudi. We do not see any Western influence in the town of Malgudi, because it is full of Indianness. There is everything is Indian in Malgudi. In the novel, the novelist doesn't go out of Malgudi much in the English Teacher. In his other novels like Bachelor of Arts and other novels, he goes out of Malgudi, the central setting of the novel. But in the English Teacher, he doesn't go out of Malgudi much. All the things or all the actions that happen in the novel takes place in Malgudi itself. Now we will see the characters of the novel. Today I will just give you name and some information about the characters, but later on we will discuss thoroughly about the characters of the novel. The protagonist of the novel is Krishna. Protagonist means hero of the novel is Krishna. He is a lecturer at the Albert Mission College. As the novel progresses, we find the frivolous youngster has been replaced by a person who is thoughtful and selfless. In the beginning of the novel, we learn that Krishna is a young man who is frivolous, who doesn't have much responsibilities on his shoulder, who leads a life which is less responsible and which is less stressful. But as the novel progresses, we learn how there is a transformation in the character of Krishna. We see Krishna in the ancient ashramas in Hindu Dharma, namely Brahmacharya, Grihastha and Sannyasi. All the three ashramas are brought in the novel by the novelist. Susila is Krishna's wife. The second character is his wife Susila. The character of Krishna evolves into an admirable individual, but he himself does not realize the maturity or the individuality that has been developed in him. He is basically a student of literature, and he always has literature at the back of his head. He being a student of English literature, all the time thinks about literature, and he wants to become a poet. He wants to write poetry in the manner of William Wordsworth, John Keats and William Shakespeare and John Milton. He is a voracious reader. He reads all kinds of literature. He reads John Ruskin, William Shakespeare, John Milton, Matthew Arnold and Thomas Carlyle. He reads many more things, and he is very interested in English literature. Krishna is not ignorant of the aesthetic value of English literature. He values English literature much and is not opposed to teaching it as a matter of pride or principle. He wants to teach English literature as a matter of pride or principle. He shows great care and diligence in nursing his wife. Even after his wife's death, he makes heroic efforts to get on normally with life. Even though he finds no purpose in living, he is a good father to Leela and strives to make her forget her mother. He is a loving husband, and he cares much about his wife, and at the same time he is a good father to his daughter. He puts a lot of efforts to make his daughter to forget his mother, Susila. And he is the person who doesn't marry after his wife's death because he thought that his daughter Leela will feel different if he marries another woman. Susila is Krishna's wife. The second character is Susila, which is also very important, and she is the wife of Krishna. She is the perfect epitome of how a wife should be. She is a good example for an Indian wife. She was very pretty, and she takes care of homely things. She is very orderly woman, and she puts the account of all the things she does in home. She is very responsible woman, and she is excellent in housework. She is witty, and she has sense of humor. Make all these things make her a lovely companion. She is a good match to Krishna, the English teacher. She wants to learn. She always wants to learn new things, and she had stopped her formal education, but she goes on reading literature. Whenever she makes time, whenever she gets some time, she reads English literature. Even after her death, she is interested in the welfare of her husband and child and watches them constantly. Even after her death, when she is in the heaven, she also takes care of her husband, and he guides him how to nurture the baby. She brings a streak of unpredictability in Krishna's monotonous life, starting with the disposal of alarm clock to her demise. She is a woman who always wants to bring about change in her life, and Krishna tells an interesting episode in which she sold out the old alarm clock, which Krishna likes very much. And it is because of the character of Susila we see many twists and turns in the novel. The third character of the novel is the headmaster, who is also very important when we read the novel. He is the person who makes Krishna realizes that money is not important as long as we do something which brings us emotional fulfillment. The character of headmaster makes Krishna to realize that money is not all, money is not that important, but the job we do in our life should bring about an emotional fulfillment. We should be satisfied with the things what we are doing in our life. He runs a school wherein he propagates that students should learn on their own. He doesn't teach them anything, but gives complete freedom for those students to learn the things on their own. He was a staunch follower of Socrates, who believed that asking questions is very important to learn different things in our life. The next character is Leela, who is the daughter of Krishna. She arrives at her father's place at the age of 7 months, thereby transforming his life. We learn that Leela is 7 months old when she comes to Malgudi with his mother, but her arrival in Malgudi brings about a complete change in the life of Krishna. He learns how to be selfless because of Leela. Because of Leela, Krishna learns how to be selfless and how selflessness gives happiness in life. After the death of her mother, Leela learns to live without her mother in a very short span of time and showers all her love on her father. She is a loving daughter, a cute daughter, beautiful daughter, and she adjusts herself with her father, even when her mother is dead. Her antics interested many readers. Her behavior, her sports, her words create a kind of interest in the readers. Next, we will discuss the themes of the novel. The main theme of the novel is life and death. Many of us face problems in our life, and the problems which the hero of the novel is the question of life and death. He the problems that one encounters in coping with the death of a dear one are depicted in the novel. The death of Krishna brings about, the death of Susila brings about a shock to Krishna, but the novel makes him to realize that we should lead the life even after the death of dear one. Both Krishna and Leela lose an important member in their family. While Leela continues her normal routine, the life of Krishna is thrown out of gear. Even after the death of Susila, Leela leads a normal routine life because she's a small girl and she doesn't understand what is life and what is death. But it is not like that with Krishna, who is a matured person and who knows what it is death. It takes a lot of effort on his part and the guidance of his late wife for him to come to terms with his wife's death. He struggles hard to assimilate the news of his wife's death. And the second theme of the novel is the system of education in India. The lack of a proper system of education had made a generation of morons, according to Krishna. Krishna always criticizes the education system that is practiced in India, and he has many alternative ideas to teach the kids, to teach the students. He decides to resign and join the headmaster in starting a new system of education where the development of the individual would be given importance according to Krishna, rather than the marks, rather than the grades, rather than the awards we get. The individual transformation, the individual development, the personality development should be the aim of any education system, and he thinks that he can bring about that kind of change only when he joins his hands with the headmaster. The next theme is conflict between the West and East. This theme is also evident in the novel. For example, when Susila is ill, even though Krishna brings a doctor, his in-laws invite a Swami to treat their daughter. When Krishna being an educated person brings a doctor, but his in-laws, they are uneducated and they are representatives of Indian mentality, and they bring about a Swami to make their daughter cure. In coming to terms with the death of his wife, literature, philosophy, and rationalism are no use to him, and it is only the Indian concept of Zen-like meditation which brings him closer to his wife as conceived by R.K. Narayan. Nothing helps Krishna to overcome the death of his wife Susila, but it is the Indian mentality, Indian thought process, or Indian a kind of meditation that we practice in India helps him to come to terms with his wife's death. Another important theme of the novel is the effect of colonial rule in India. As the novel is written in the year 1945, we can see the shades of colonial rule in the novel. The English teacher is also the presence of the crown and its agents is there. We can see the presence of the crown, the British crown, and their agents in the novel. Though not as much as in other novels, in the scathing remarks Krishna makes on the principal Mr. Brown and on the education system, we come to know about the bitterness that people had towards the British. The way in which Krishna criticizes the education system that is practiced in India makes us to realize that there is an inner conflict in his mind between the East and the West. He always has a question about the approach of the British towards the India. The novel can be called as a chronicle of human relationship. With this, we will conclude. The novel is about the human relationships. The novel is an excellent chronicle of human relationships. The novel brings about the sweet and harmonious domestic life of Krishna and Susila, and it is contrasted with the discordant relationship of the headmaster and his wife. There is a comparison between the happy domestic life of Krishna and his wife and the headmaster and his wife. The cordial relation between colleagues, between supervisor and subordinate. The novel also deals with the social sensitivities and the decorum to be followed in any society. For example, by the mother-in-law and son-in-law are depicted in a touching manner. The novelist is able to depict the characters in very touching manner. This was a part of the novel. The book, The English Teacher, with its distinct plot, depicts the futility of very concept that life can always be conventional, logical, and predictable. We think that life is logical and predictable, but in reality, life is illogical, unpredictable. We come across to many twists and turns in our life. We cannot expect the same things to happen. We cannot expect the things which we want to happen in our life. That is the reason why there is a saying in Kannada that ತಾನೊಂದು ಬಗೆದರೆ ದೈವ ಒಂದು ಬಗೆಯಿತು ಎನ್ನುವ ರೀತಿ nothing happens in a sequential manner in our life. The ironies of life and indeed the record of the realities sustenance ideally take the story to a level where the unpredictability so very well harmonizes with predictability. In the end, there is a harmony between predictability and unpredictability, and we realize that life is unpredictable in many predictables. This is how the novel ends, and in our next video we will discuss the characters and the other things in detail. Thank you very much.